What's up, cooks? It's Wednesday. Today we are doing one of my favorite things to do. We are going to test out a new stand mixer. So this is the Acekool Stand Mixer, and this is a pretty neat mixer. It's been on Amazon and it's been tempting me, right? So we have one here in the Amy Learns to Cook kitchen, and we're gonna give this mixer, the old Amy Learns to Cook test and review. So join me. Let's check out the Acekool Stand Mixer. So what we have today is the Acekool Stand Mixer. Now, a lot of people have asked me about this mixer because it's been on Amazon, and when stuff comes on Amazon, everybody's like, woo, right? What's that? So this is I already got it all out of the box. It is a 7.5 quart mixer. So it's a pretty big mixer. It's also 660 watts. So in the package, you're going to get the user manual. You're going to get this little cookbook. You're going to get a little warranty card. You're obviously going to get the mixer. You're going to get a whisk, whip. You're going to get the paddle for doing cookies and stuff. You're going to get a dough hook for doing bread dough. You're also going to get this. This is a little unique. So this is a little guard you can put on the accessories, and it keeps the dough and stuff from calling up the dough hook. They're actually selling these like third party for some other mixers that are out there to prevent that from happening. That's sort of a new thing now. So they're coming out with those, and this one has it. So it fits on the dough hook, it fits on the paddle, and it also fits on the whisk. It also fits on the whisk, so you can use that on any of these. And it does come with it comes with the splatter guard. This is a C-shaped splatter guard. It has kind of a small hole here, so I don't know if I would use it for flour or anything like that, but it will guard you once you get it in there to keep things from poofing out. So today we're going to judge this mixer on all the categories we've done for all the mixers. We're going to be looking at the overall look and feel. That's the fit, the finish, the sound, basically how I like using it as a cook. So it's somewhat subjective. We're going to be using the whisk to make whipped cream, the paddle to make some cookies, and we're going to make the dough hook, use the dough hook. I think I'm going to make some pizza dough. So let's get on to the overall look and feel. So the overall look and feel aspect of this is sort of somewhat subjective, just because I've used a lot of different kinds of mixers, and I kind of know what I like and what I don't like. So this mixer is pretty large. It's a 7.5 quart, which is a pretty large size mixer. So I wouldn't come in here and say I'm going to mix like 1 egg yolk. I don't know if you can. 1 egg white. I don't know if you can, but it's a pretty big mixer for that kind of job. I would say I would expect you to be able to do a double batch of dough in here. That's what we're going to do. I would imagine that if you just do one loaf of bread, I don't know how it's going to handle that little amount. This is a plastic body mixer. It does have a nice big bowl with a handle. That's a plus. It does have a max fill line here, so it's telling you don't take it up to about here, level on the bowl. Yeah, it's a really nice stainless steel bowl. This is dishwasher safe. And we have our attachments. So let me go ahead and put the whisk on here. And we're going to go ahead and turn it on. It has suction cups so it doesn't move around. And that's up on high speed. So So for a popularly priced mixer, this is a pretty large one in comparison to some of the other ones I've used. You sort of have a line drawn between a plastic body mixer and a metal mixer, and that line is the price. So if you want a mixer that's more on the affordable price range, you know, I always tell people, I want to find good mixers at all price levels, because not everybody wants to spend, you know, $500, $600, $700 on a mixer. Some people want to spend, you know, between $100 to $200 and even under $100. So when you get into the, you know, the mid $100 price range, most of the time you're looking at a plastic body mixer. For a budget-friendly mixer, I think this mixer is pretty cool. It's got this, which a lot of mixers don't come with, and it's a pretty sturdy little mixer. So now it's time to whip some cream. So I have the whisk on here. We chilled the whisk, the bowl, and the measuring cup, and we are going to go ahead and pour this in. So we have 2 cups of whipping cream, heavy cream. We're gonna lower it down, and we're gonna whip this up on high. Okay, it's starting to look like whipped cream. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put a little powdered sugar in here to sweeten it up. Sweeten it up for my sweet. We definitely have whipped cream here. There we go. We have some whipped cream. Look at that, Bill. Ooh. You want some of that? You want?
Do a taste
You want
test?
get the obligatory pie in the face?
Oh, you don't have to do so obvious. I would love to take a taste.
Okay. My poor boo has had this happen to him a lot.
Yes, I like to taste whipped cream. It's light and fluffy.
Okay.
Do you think with all this practice you can hit my mouth for once?
Let's put it under here in case it doesn't make it.
Okay. How about you just hold it straight and. May I take some more?
Was that nice?
Oh, and say I want more.
Okay, it's time to make some cookies. I got the paddle attachment on here. So I have 2 sticks of butter in here. We're gonna go ahead and do some creaming. So it has a really fast start. It has a pretty fast start on it. There's no slow start. Give it a little scrape. There's a little stuck at the bottom. So we're going to add some peanut butter, sticky peanut butter. I'm going to put in a couple eggs. have some flour, some salt, some baking powder, and baking soda. Do a slight bit of scrape down. Looks like it's fairly well incorporated. Now for the flour. Okay, let me see what we have here. So, it did a pretty good job. I think the only thing that I saw was there's no slow start, and I'm so used to a slow start, and when it didn't do that, I was like, whoa, right? But it did a good job. It mixed all the way down to the bottom of the bowl. That's what we want. So I think we're gonna have some nice peanut butter cookies. I think it had plenty of power. I think the only limitation was it doesn't have a soft start. Okay, it's time to make some bread. I have the dough hook on here, and I have a little water, little warm water. I have some instant yeast. This is the saf. I have sugar to feed the saf. I got some butter to soften the bread. I got some oil to soften the bread further. And we got some flour and the salt will go. I'm actually just going to mix the salt in here. We're going to start it out on a 1. This is a 6-cup flour, 6-cup recipe. It's pretty fast. That was a 2. I'm going to slow it down to a 1. The 1 is pretty fast, faster than one I'm used to, but it seems to be handling it. So we're gonna let this go for a while and we'll be back. So it came with this little guard. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on because it seemed to be riding up the hook a little bit. So I'm gonna put that on. Okay. Okay, well that seems to be helping, so we're going to let this go maybe 6 to 10 minutes maybe, we'll see, and see. So it's been kneading about 7 minutes, 8 minutes. I think it's ready to come out. Like I said, speed 1 is pretty fast, so you don't want to do it much higher than that. So I would say putting this on the dough hook really helped keep it from climbing the hook. The dough is kind of sticky. Okay, the dough is out, and I'm gonna put a little bit of flour on here. It's a pretty, it's not super stiff dough, so you can handle that. One thing I can say about the mixer is I think it had a really good kneading action. I really felt like the mixer was actually kneading the dough. Sometimes mixers will spin it around and all that stuff, and I get the feeling that it's not doing a lot of kneading. I kind of felt like this one did a really good job kneading. I have a lot of like stretchy action to this dough. It feels really good. Look at that stretch on it. When dough's not developed, when you stretch it, you'll get a lot of tears. It'll be like obviously like crumbly, whatever. I think this did a great job. I think it was a little bit of a rough ride through there. Sometimes I felt like it was, you know, those suction cups are really needed, because if it didn't have the suction cups, I think it would be, you know, it could walk off the counter, but the suction cups kept it on there. And wow, I think it really did a good job. This is a beautiful dough. It has a really nice feel to it. It has a nice like stretchiness to it. It's really nice. It did a great job in that regard. You know, it's not the smoothest mixer for the price, you know. I think it did a good job. It had a great kneading action. So that I stopped giving letter grades. I used to give letter grades, but people kind of
What did you name mine?
yeah. So I just stopped doing that. So just take my comments and go with that, right? So my overall feeling of the mixer. So it is a budget-friendly mixer. It's a plastic body mixer. I don't take this mixer and compare it to a really expensive one. It's not fair to this mixer, and that's not what this mixer is. You can't take a $150 or less kind of mixer and compare it to something that's $500, $600, $700, $800. I just don't do that. I judge this in the budget-friendly category. I think that it did a great job on everything we did. We did have to scrape it a little bit on the cookies, but the only issue I really have is that the first speed is really fast. There's no soft start to it. It just goes, right? And it was pretty fast with the bread. So I suggest you use like speed 1 with the bread. Otherwise, it did a great job. I think it's, you know, it would be a great starter mixer for someone who doesn't like bake continuously all the time. It gives you an opportunity to make some bread. This is going to be 2 loaves of bread we made out of this, and it feels really nice. So I will give it a lot of props from that. So thanks Acekool for sending this mixer. I really appreciate it. Links will be down in the description if you want to take a look at it. If you like this video, please subscribe below and join the Amy Learns to Cook family. You can also catch me out on social media in my Facebook group. We talk about mixers all day long, right? Facebook.com/groups/Amy Learns to Cook. You can also catch me on Pinterest and Twitter at Amy Learns to Cook. You can catch me out on my website with all my recipes, www.amylearnstocook.com. You will find this. This is my bread machine dinner roll recipe ×2, right? You can also catch me on Instagram at Cooking with Amy. You thought I was going to be nice.